This Halloween, step beyond the cobweb curtains and into the chilling world of the Haunted Hollow. This isn't just an eerie haunted attraction here in Utah, but possibly a real-life paranormal hotspot as well. Now, this isn't coming from me, but from the Travel Channel, who did a piece on the Hollow's 12-acre forest that is also part of the attraction, and from the Hollow's own staff who talked about this. In this episode, we explore the screams behind the scenes, uncovering the twisted design, spine-tingling effects, and eerie real-life stories that blur the line between performance and the paranormal. And so, stick around, and at the very end, you'll hear one of Travis's personal and troubling experiences. Are you brave enough to listen? Let's get it on.
We are here at Haunted Hollow. It's a old haunted attraction, but we're not investigating the structure attraction part. We're investigating the 12 acres of land behind it. Because in this forest, there have been countless eyewitness accounts of a gray man.
I've never seen something so tall.
Are you terrified of this?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
When they see this gray man entity, they are paralyzed.
It had full control over three of us.
You were just locked onto whatever this was.
There's something here.
Welcome to High Strangeness, where we ask questions and explore all that is strange and unexpected in our reality.
Travis.
Yes.
So nice to meet you. And your wife?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
Everybody, I had a chance to go through Haunted Hollow today in the daytime, and it's going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss it. But Travis and crew have been kind enough to let me come out and talk with them a little bit just about Haunted Hollow, to find out a little bit about this cool haunt up in the Ogden area, but it's actually...
We are in West Haven.
West Haven, yes. Okay, so let me ask you a couple questions here. What's the history of this place? Like, is there a history to it? When did it start?
So, Haunted Hollow has been here since 2001. We're coming up on 25 years, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've been here, so about 8 years coming up now. It's been pretty fun. Since the first day, it was kind of like, first day was like, I don't know about this. And then since then, I've been hooked. So.
Yeah, I bet. Is this the same owner or a different owner from the beginning?
Same owner.
Okay. Yes. And I just found out today, everybody, that this is also the sister haunt from one that's outdoors also in American Fork. And I was going to say, I just love the way you guys take the outdoors, which is spooky anyway. It really is. I mean, like going through this, it's spooky. And at night, I can imagine. I can't wait to come out and try it out.
That's the fun part, is at nighttime. There's just a lot of different places. You're either indoors or you're in like a corn maze or something, which is, they got their own, but
yeah.
You come out here and there's just so many different elements. And at nighttime, you just don't know what's going to happen.
It's, yeah, exactly. It's going to be spooky and cool. So let me ask you, just as people pull up, I'll have pictures and stuff, what is the flow? Like, people will come up to the front of this building here, and they may think that's the haunt, but it's really not. There's much more, but this is where they line up, is out front of this building here. And what can they expect when they pull up?
So when you first pull up, you'll see the fire. We have a big old bonfire out front. You will see usually the dance stage and the DJ booth in the truck. You will see food trucks or concession stands. A lot of people will either come up to the fire and just hang out at the fire for a little while, yeah. And then they'll go get their tickets, or they'll get their tickets, go over to get something to drink or eat, and then come back, or they just come straight in.
Well, that's cool too. So that's the big thing that I've noticed as I've talked to Travis today, is that this isn't just something, like you come and just walk through. I mean, there's other things to do here.
Yes.
Like you said, a bonfire in some cases, possibly a dancing and stuff.
We actually have a dance floor. We build a dance floor out there every year. We have a DJ and DJ booth in the back of the truck, and We actually show a movie on the screen in the backyard.
Nice.
So there's always something that, if you're waiting or just hanging around, there's always something for you to do.
Yeah. They have a DJ booth, or over by the truck, they'll put up a TV and you can watch a movie there also.
Or football games.
Or football games.
Or football games.
We watch a lot of University of Utah football games
Sure.
on that screen. So
Sure.
we
That's just
get a
good.
lot of people that, what about, parents come out, they can come out and sit at the fire. One thing that we do like to do is parents bring little kids out sometimes. Well, there's times where kids are too afraid,
Yeah.
and I will, first I'll offer, I will have one of my security guys sit up there at the fire or wherever they want. They can sit over the food court, whatever, and stay with them until they get through.
Nice.
We always try to accommodate, like something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really cool because, right, Utah has the biggest families, right, and all around. And so there might be some young ones, and hey, mom and dad, you can still come up, you can still go through, and there's a place for the young ones to enjoy and
keep them safe.
Yeah, keep them safe.
That's the biggest thing. Parents have a thing with, well, I don't want to leave my kid with a stranger, and you're with a security guard, and that person is not going to let that kid go to anybody until their parents come back up there to them. We're not going to release them to somebody else.
Right.
We accommodate pretty much everybody coming through here. We allow people in wheelchairs, which may seem kind of hard and difficult getting through the woods, but we do it. There's times where we actually will piggyback people through that. If they're in a wheelchair and they can't actually get through a spot, we'll carry them with us.
Oh, wow.
We do a lot of catering to a lot of people.
I love that because what you're saying is you really want everybody to enjoy the experience.
Absolutely.
And your team will go the extra mile to really do some things so they can be part of the process.
Yeah. What was it, 3 years ago? So you know how long, it didn't take us that long to walk through, but one night this one kid came in and he had breathing problems, so he was on oxygen. It took us almost 3 hours to walk through.
Wow.
And at times, we'd stop and let him recuperate. I did whatever I could, and Adam calls me and says, hey, what's taking you so long? And I explained to him, he goes, oh, never mind, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's just something that we do. And the parents, when we got out, the parents were like, oh, thank you so much. It's just, it's something, it's part of my job.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Well, and I just want people to know that, it still took a while for us to go through this, which was cool. So what that means is when you come here, you're not going to go through this thing in 15 or 20 minutes. No, you really can make an evening, and especially if there's dancing and food and other things going on, like this could be your date night or your evening.
Absolutely.
And have a lot of fun doing that.
We actually have a lot of couples that come through, and they'll come out there, and like I said, they get through the house and it's like, oh, is that it? Yeah. No, you just started.
Right.
That's like a prequel to the actual haunt itself.
Yeah. Well, let's actually go verbally through the process. So they've come through, and now they're in line, and they've come through the house, which is cool as you're warming up really for the event. Then you come to this area that we're in, getting ready to go into the rest of this. What are some of the sections that people will experience as they go through the haunt here?
So in the backyard, we usually keep at least one or two actors back here to entertain the people in line. They'll scare people, walk up behind people, and just surprise people. Usually she is going to be right up at the front. She takes the tickets. She times everybody to go through. So there's certain separation times we try to keep in groups so that you don't actually get too close to a group and then see what they're seeing, because then you're not going to get scared.
Right.
So they wait for their turn in line, and then they proceed forward. From there, it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. From there, it's like some people, they take their time, they like to enjoy it, and they don't get frightened or anything that easily. Then there's other people that can fly through this place, and still, even flying through, it's still going to take them over 30 minutes to get through.
Oh yeah,
which is what I love about it. I can't run that fast anymore. And
yeah, I mean, I want people to know that we're here during the day, and I got the opportunity to walk through, and this is just prepping for what's coming, and yet it took a while to go through this.
Absolutely.
And I really think the way they've incorporated nature and the paths and everything like that is creepy on its own. So like when you're adding all these other cool things to it, Get ready, people. It's going to be fun.
You add certain lights certain ways, and being during the daytime, like I told you before, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But when it turns dark and you've only got certain light space and certain, just the whole mood changes. It can turn on a dime and go from being like, okay, this is all right, to I don't want to be here.
Especially and with the haunt, you have the sounds and the lights, and then the actors or the animatronics, and then it adds really to it.
Yeah. Well, I want people to know that we went through one part of it and I almost dropped my shorts. There's something that jumped out in the noise that I didn't expect. Travis, you didn't expect.
I actually was not expecting it either. It jumped me.
So yeah, you can be scared even in broad daylight.
Like I said, how many years has it been since I actually jumped?
I don't know.
7, 8 years since I actually jumped, and I actually jumped this time, and it was during the daytime. So that's
yeah.
that's saying quite a bit.
That does. So, and there'll be pictures I'll put up, but there's like almost like cave systems. I mean, especially in the evening when you walk this, you're going to think you're walking in the caves. There's one section I felt like we were going into a mine. I mean, it was way cool.
We have, I can't really say how many different areas, but there are so many different, multiple areas that are all different in their own.
Yeah.
So each area you get into is going to be something that you weren't. It doesn't copy anything. There's no rhythm or rhyme to it. There's no copying of one thing to another.
Yeah.
It's like everything's different, and that's what's so cool about it, because you just don't know what's going to be coming up next.
Yeah, you're in one vibe, and then all of a sudden you go around something, everything changes, and now it's a whole different vibe.
Yes.
So, hey, if you like one kind of thing, don't worry. There's 6, 7 other things. See if you like those too, right?
We've got it all. We run every single different. It's everything you can think of. We go from one theme to a different theme, and all of a sudden jumps back to a completely opposite of what you expect to be coming up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, let me ask you, how did you get started here again? So, like, you've been here now 9 years, I think you said, right?
Coming up on 8 years now.
8 years?
Yeah. So my daughter actually worked here for the one season, and they needed extra people out here, and she volunteered me, and I came out here, and sure enough, what was it, 3 days or 3 times later, I brought her out with me, and Adam says, hey, I need somebody to do this for me. You want to do it? And I'm like, okay.
That's cool. So you live it, right?
We actually live it. We
live it.
Year round here. We stay here all the time. We run security all year long. We walk through and make sure everything's okay. Everything, like that once a day.
That's cool. Well, that's the thing. Some people go and punch in and punch out. Some people show up to work. These guys live this, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's
so cool.
I like it because I can actually create things. So like certain areas I've got my signature on it. It's like,
yeah.
We discussed one, but
for your team, your actors, those that come out and do this, what's a typical night for them? Like, you guys, I'm assuming, start in the evening. Like, when do they get here? When do they start prepping? Because I understand the second floor of the structure, this house, is where all those people get ready for what they do each night.
Yep. So a few of them actually will prep before they even get here. But usually, first thing I do is I'll get power going. My day starts at like 4 usually. I have to have everything up and going by 5:30 usually, and then they start coming in about that time. They'll collect around here, and they'll go up and do their makeup. Depending on the night, or if it's a weekend or weekday. Weekdays, we can go anywhere from 25 to 50 actors. Busy nights and weekends, we can run up to 75.
Wow.
So, and then I run, usually a security crew is about 5 or 6 usually. Plus Jamie will be up here, so there's 7, Adam's 8.
So that's a crew, man.
It is.
That is a crew. There you go, people. You got an army of people here ready to make this a fun and exciting night for you. So yeah, it's not just a home haunt. This is something much, much bigger.
It is.
For sure.
It is. It's a blast. One thing like my Adam always tells me, and we try to get it through everybody that works here, is that as long as the people are here to have fun, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way we want it to be. If they're having fun, let them be. Let them have their fun.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, what is your what's the funniest or most strange response you've ever seen from a visitor?
I don't know if I can put this on camera.
Okay, the second funniest.
I'll tell you about that one afterwards.
Okay.
You know, this one just stands out in my head, and I just can't get it out of my head. But as far as that goes, it was actually her. One of the first times she walked through with me, we were going into the one area, and we call it the Army area, and one of the guys in the ghillie suit jumped out of her, and she actually came up off the ground.
He caught me in the peripheral vision. So it was like I was like this, and he was here.
Yeah.
She did literally, her feet. She jumped. You know, her feet came up almost like we did down there. It was the same thing,
Yeah.
but she literally came off the ground and was like, I thought that was so cool because she usually doesn't get scared.
Yeah.
That was the only area that scared me.
That's hilarious. Well, those suits, like, they blend in, man.
Yes,
They really blend in.
especially when we have, you know, that area set up for it.
Yeah.
With netting, camos, and all this other stuff. So then, and we set things certain ways so that you can't see them. There's no way you can see them until they're right there in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of the tunnels, we call it the fog tunnel now.
I told him that one.
But it used to be the Jason room, and that year when we did it, I kept pointing out where the actors were, and his daughter was just like,
How'd you know that?
"How'd you know that?"
It's like, just do.
Intuition.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I know people get scared here when they come through. Are some people even too nervous to come through? Like, I can see I know one of my daughters would see this and go, oh no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. We have people that will actually, so she does a really good job of it being up there.
Mhm.
She's able to call me or Adam on the radio and say, hey, look, this person's just bawling their head off or whatever. And one of us come up there, and like I said, you know, I can offer, hey, if you want, I can walk in front of you guys and just have the actors step back out of your way.
Yeah.
So you're not so scared. Or if you want, I will go with you and I'll walk with them. I'm not going to necessarily help everybody else out.
Yeah.
But I'll help that person out to get through it. And if not, we can always offer to, you know, have them sit up front and wait. So there's their options on that. I've actually held my little girl's hand. I walked through with her, held her hand all the way through the whole place. Just, you know, and I says,
Yeah.
okay, here comes something. But I tell the parents too. So I tell little kids, you know, I says, hey, look, I got a secret for little kids. And they say, what? I said, wave to them. Wave to the actors. Our actors know not to scare them. That's just a signal that the little, and I look at the parents and I say, this does not work for adults.
Yeah.
This only works for little kids.
Right.
You know, they'll actually, the actors will just take a step back and not, you know, do what they normally do.
Yeah. I really like that, because there are times where people think they're ready to go through, but then when they get there, they're not. It's interesting to me. I have a fear of heights, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get over it. And there are people that struggle for scares.
Yes.
And they're ready. They're ready to try it, push it through this time, and then they get to a position where they go, oh no.
And then
Oh,
you
no.
get that
So it's cool that
anxiety
they can get
attack.
some support.
Yeah.
We always try to accommodate them. You know, it's like we get times where they think they're ready, and they do go through. They start going through, and they get through to, you know, it doesn't matter how far they get through, but they get through to a certain point, and all of a sudden they freeze because they're too scared. Well, we have our security constantly walking through, and we have security in certain areas out there. So we all have radios. They get hold of one of us, and then one of us will go to that person, and either we will walk out straight out with them, or we will go through with them, whatever their choice is.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, like I said, it's something we do compared to, oh, who cares, you know?
Yeah, no, that's great. I think it's great. Well, let me ask you guys, what is your favorite section, prop, or location in this haunt? Is there one that really is near and dear to you?
What about you?
I really don't have one.
I actually like the whole thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, as far as me getting to actually scare people, well, I scare people all the time just because I pop out different places.
Yeah.
But the fog tunnel,
Yeah.
the Jason room, are two of my favorite places.
Anywhere that it's really dark and have
Yeah.
little light.
Little vision, very obscured vision. Those are my, it's like those are a blast because people just can't see you, and you can be this close to them and they still can't see you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and for me, as I went through just before the haunt is up, I would go through a section and go, I think I really like this. Then I'd get to another section. I go, no, I really like this section. I found that about 4 times throughout the whole walk. And so, yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
Our new area is going to be something that that's going to be, I think it's going to work out really, really, really good. It's going to scare a lot of people.
Yeah, well, look, and that's the other thing when we were talking earlier is that if you've been to Haunted Hollow before, don't think it's going to be the same thing because it changes from year to year. In fact, you were mentioning that that's a normal process for you guys to do that, but that you have a big different change coming this year in 2025 that you're going to want to see it.
Yes, it's absolutely, it's a game changer. I think it's going to add tenfold to this place. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, as I taped and walked through some of this, I had to sign a disclosure. Not really, but they told me do not tape this section. So you will not get any hints on this podcast of what that is. You're just going to have to come and check it out.
Yes, I will not give anybody that information. There's only very few people know about what we did, and we're going to keep it that way.
That's right. You got to keep it that way. Is there one aspect of the haunt that is just tough to keep maintained, or is there one that sometimes you got to keep up to speed, like maybe things?
The insecurity is probably the biggest one. You have to keep up to speed.
Yeah,
something happens, we have to know about it. We have to, at the whole process, we need to know what happened. We need to know who it happened to, who did it. Anything that somebody got hurt, we need to know about it. Something, and we need to be able to get there quickly. So we need to know where it's at. We need good description of everything involved, which is keeping on your toes all the time. You have to be with your radio. You have to be able to hear your radio. Being able to react quickly enough to describe to everybody else where you're at, what's going on, because you're way in the back there, and you may be the only security back there.
Yeah.
And if we don't know where you're at and everything like this, we can't do anything to help you.
Right. Yeah, that's true. As a person, you over security, that's a whole different way of thinking of this, right? Because an actor or somebody who's just working with props will be like, oh man, I always got to maintain or keep this thing up. But you're thinking of the overall safety of like the whole event, every night, the whole season, every person.
Yes, and
that's a big deal.
Actors and customers are the same. We treat them the same. They're both just as important to us as anybody else. So without either one, we don't have a job anyway. So.
And then the checking the equipment and everything before we start up and everything is another thing that we do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot where we run a lot of air on a lot of our animatronics. So if an airline goes out or power goes out in one area, which happens, it's not.
Yeah.
We got to find a way to get it done, get it fixed, get it going.
Yeah. Well, this thing is massive. It's pretty comprehensive. Got a lot here, a lot of different things. Here's a pie in the sky question. If money just dropped into the hands of Adam, you guys, and all of a sudden it was for the purpose of doing something crazy here, is there one thing, if money were no object, that you guys would add to an event like this?
I would actually love to do something where, like with the water that we have available, we have our ponds, create something where you have to go actually through it. So like parting of the sea or something. That would be way awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. Did you have a different answer?
I don't know. Really?
there's a lot here. I mean,
There's
you,
so much.
you know, you may not have to have ever thought about that because you're like,
Yeah.
we got a lot to worry about here.
You know,
Yeah.
if money was no object, it would be like it's just crazy what you could do out here. You've got 13 acres to work on. You don't want to get rid of our trees. You don't want to get rid of all the outside stuff. So you're thinking, what can I do?
Maybe plant more and
Put
help.
some more trees out.
Yeah.
Because our trees are, I mean, there's massive trees out here.
Yeah.
We get new ones growing all the time, but
Well, the thing I keep thinking of is really the open, not the open space, the natural spaces are used so well, and they're so creepy, and just the paths and the wood that's used, the natural wood in all these different places.
the way
Yeah,
they
there's
work
not
the
really
trail.
much else you could do here. It's pretty cool.
I mean, you know, there is, as far as we can alter the trails in certain areas to extend them or, you know, make things larger than they seem to be. I mean, it's amazing to think that it takes you that long to walk through here because it doesn't seem like it's that big of an area.
Yeah.
But
I think
they
one would
work
be
really good.
the electricity. Fix
Ah.
the whole electricity system and everything like that. That would work if we had
Yeah.
that. I mean, that would be a lot better than
What we're doing, yeah,
Yeah.
we currently do
Kind of like
lot
a master desk where you could
yeah.
control the whole park. Yeah,
yeah, right up
Yeah.
there.
that would be so cool. Yeah. Well, look, this has been great. I really appreciate you guys giving me some time here to talk with you guys about this. I just wanted to ask a couple of last questions, and that is, if somebody is interested in being part of the team, they want to join, hey, I want to go there and do that, what should they do?
Well, starting August 11th and a couple other dates. I think it's the
every
18th and
weekend
21st.
or there's
Um,
once every week.
We have auditions, and it's from like
So if you go on Facebook, look up Haunted Hollow, it will give you a actual calendar or actual.
okay, so the auditions will be the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, and it's from 6 to 8 here at the Haunted Hollow.
And is that in October or September?
That is August.
Oh, August.
Yep.
Guys,
It's coming up pretty quick.
coming up. Yeah.
We open up the front gates. They can come in. They meet up in the front by the fire pit, and they just start bringing each person through. Of course, work requirements are 16 and over.
Yeah.
And
Well, he's saying 15
there are
Yeah.
some adjustments on that where they can do a little bit younger as more of a volunteer. And if somebody wants to come out and volunteer, hey, we're all the more for it.
You're right.
You know,
right.
you want to come out and volunteer time, that's absolutely wonderful. We'll get something for you. The actors get paid for the time that they're here, the things that they do, they're getting paid for that. So, and we take most of our security is previous actors. So, and they have to, you know, basically have to prove themselves in
Yeah.
order to advance up there.
Yeah.
So, but that's where that stands, you know, as far as
Okay.
that goes.
Well, if they miss it this go around, it sounds like every August
Yes.
is when you do it. So let's say there's a 14-year-old or a 13-year-old, and they're like, I want to do that.
The next year, yeah, think
They'll
about
wait
it.
a little bit. Just in August is when things start to happen. It sounds like Facebook and
We actually have,
website.
yes.
Can you say for us what the website and the Facebook is?
So it's Haunted Hollow on Facebook. Is just that's what you're going to look for. The website is actually hauntedhollowutah.com.
Yeah.
You can also look up Haunted Utah, which will bring up not just here, but it'll bring up the sister haunt,
American Fork. Yeah. So that is great. Guys, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Do you want to add anything else?
We also do check Facebook constantly because we do giveaways. They'll give away tickets for certain nights. We also do discounts on certain nights. You just make sure you look at the website or look at Facebook and check it and see. Never know, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do half off price. Sometimes they give away free tickets.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Don't forget to check that.
yes.
So I think we kind of alluded to it, but when's opening day here?
September 12th is Friday night. We always open on Friday night.
Okay.
We're open 12th and 13th. So Friday and Saturday, and then we're closed until the following Friday and Saturday.
Okay. So just
All the way
Friday
through
and Saturdays,
September.
all the way through September.
The first week of October, I believe, is also a weekend, and then after that, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday is closed.
Usually,
Gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha.
Or Sunday and Monday, sorry.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Gotcha.
The last week, we're usually open every night except for Sunday.
Unless they do it, we might be open from the 1st to the 4th. So every Wednesday to Saturdays, it all depends.
Okay. So people can
in
check the
October.
website
Oh yes,
and check
we
that out.
we actually will have. They'll post it on Facebook and the website. Our upcoming calendar.
And they'll also have the amount of the tickets
prices.
and everything prices.
Yes.
Okay. And can they purchase from the website, or should they do
Yes.
it here?
They'll be able to do either one.
Either one.
And when you come here, you can do card or cash, either one. Pretty open on that. I do say that the line up front is better to do it online, and then because they usually just shoot straight through the general admission when they're paying with card or cash. It's a little bit longer of a line, so.
Yeah. And hey, everybody, there is a fast pass, I think, as well. So there is the opportunity to, if you don't want to wait or your party wants to scoot to the front, there's a way to do that as well.
There is. And you can always upgrade. You get, some people come back here and they're like, oh, I don't want to wait. Okay, upgrade. And it's usually a $5 charge.
Yeah.
It's a lot quicker.
Yeah, well worth it if you want to get
the
in.
General pass, the fast pass, and then the all-nighter, which is usually like a wristband.
And that was one we were talking about, where you can go through as many times as you want. And like I said, we've had some kids go through 7-8 times in a night. And it's like, go through, take a break, come out, get something to drink, hot chocolate. It's cold night, hot chocolate's great. Go back through again and come back out.
Well, look, Mom and Dad, you can take the kids and say, see you later. I'll be back at the 10. Yeah, go do your date here and then or grab something to eat and come back or whatever, and let the kids do their thing all night.
Yes.
Get a break, right?
Yep.
They'll love it. You'll love it.
We'll watch them for you.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap up on this?
A lot of people, okay, so this is the one big thing that I get when I'm standing up there. Now, we've been on Ghost Adventures and a lot of other people ask me, especially kids, come up and say, oh, that's not real. It's got to be, it's all staged and everything. I have one dare, not really a dare, but it's more of a promise to you. I will tell everybody that this is not real. If you do me one favor, and you can do this, you give me every single light source, every single source of communication you have on you. At the end of the night, I'll walk you back to the very back of the haunt. You sit down. I will leave. All the lights come off. If you're still there in the morning, you win.
Yeah.
I haven't had one person take me up.
Well, that's the thing. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, sorry, we're not done yet. You did tell me when we were walking through that there's a couple areas through the maze or through the space that freak you out even. That you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do this by myself, especially not at night. No. So that's saying a lot. You've been here for a number of years, and you're intimately familiar with that whole area.
Yes.
Yet things have happened.
I actually, people say it's not, it doesn't seem like it's true, because when we're open, all the lights are on and everything. But it's a 180-degree turn from when the power's off, because it is pitch black back there. Nothing you can even see. And the atmosphere, you'll walk back there and all of a sudden it'll go 15, 20 degrees colder.
Oof. And
then you walk through and all of a sudden it jumps right back up. We'll be walking through and all of a sudden we have crickets. Oh, we have crickets. And it's noisy. And all of a sudden dead silence. Not even a bird.
All signs of paranormal stuff, for sure. Yeah.
We've had paranormal people come through, and time after time after time after time, the same names, the same things, the same actions all have been documented.
Wow.
By not the same group. It's a different group every single time. People come in and I'll say, okay, so you have the run of the whole place. Go do your investigating. And they'll come back and they'll give me a certain name, and it's like, it's spot on exactly what's been going on here the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. And speaking of,
it's happening.
Something does not want us talking about.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up by, if you have a paranormal group that you work with, it sounds like you can reach out for special access.
So on Facebook, if you go to Unknown Investigators on Facebook, he can hook you up and get you set up to come and do your own investigation. They also do public investigations, where they get groups of the public to come in, and they will do tours with them.
Yeah.
So it's all you have to do is just get hold of him. Message him on Unknown Investigators on Facebook.
Yeah, and his
Love
name
it.
is Tristan.
Tristan, perfect.
Yep.
Well, if we're done, you guys
I
done?
think so.
We're gonna have to go because the wind's blowing, props are falling, police
flying
are.
at us.
I'm getting nervous. So
Especially since we started talking about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great Halloween. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Well,
And I
thank
think everybody's going to love coming out here this October to enjoy Haunted Hollow right here outside of Ogden in
you. West Haven.
West Haven, Utah. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, guys. We forgot to talk about some of the paranormal stuff that happens here. And so, real quick, give us an example of one or two things.
So the worst one for me is one night we had an investigation team out here, and they were farther back in the haunt
We were by the well.
over by Bloody Mary, and I was up here by myself. And I don't know when I did it or how I did it or why I did it at first until later on, but I was up on top of the motorhome, and she and the other people had started coming back up here and were talking to me. I didn't know what was going on. I did not remember any of what was going on. She said that at one point I was talking to him okay, and then at another point I was dangling off, my legs were dangling off the side of the motorhome, and they're going like, "How'd you get up there?" And I'm like, wouldn't talk to him. And then she turned around and said something else, and my only way I'd answer is yes or no. It's the only thing I would say. I wouldn't explain. I couldn't because I didn't know. I didn't even remember any of this. So
Holy
they
cow.
actually went and got a ladder and got me down. And one of the investigators was talking to me and everything. And I started remembering the only thing I could remember was, you guys are pissing him off.
Yep.
Whoa.
That's all I could, and I told him, I says, you guys were pissing him off. And they're like, who? And I'm like, him. I couldn't explain who it was at the time because I didn't know exactly. And what we've come to describe as the gray man, which is what we believe this was. At the same time that they realized, and they have this all on video too. So at the same time that this was happening to me, while they were back there, one of their
she's a psychic medium.
They were walking along, and she was literally had like pressure on her shoulders, making her sit down. She was in front of everybody. All of a sudden, she's sitting down at the same time that I'm doing this up. So my belief is that not only was you guys were pissing him off, but he was making them stop. Right then and there, where they were at, they stopped. And that's when they decided to come back up, was because she didn't want to go any further.
Yeah. She's like, I can't go any farther. Something's stopping me. And we just watched her kneel down. And then we came back, and like he said, he was up on the motorhome. And I was talking to him, and we were talking fine. Then I'd get one syllable, and then he kept looking over towards the forest. And I kept asking him, why you keep looking over there? And he says, because you guys keep pissing him off.
Holy cow.
And like I said, 15, 20 minutes of it. I don't know how I got up there. I don't know how long I was up there. It had to have been pretty much the whole time they were gone. So when that was about 15, 20 minutes that they were gone.
No, you said you were in the little shed.
Our shed, but then
Then
all of a sudden I'm up on the motorhome, and I'm like, when you guys come up there, I finally come out of it after I come down. I'm like, so why was I up there? It's like, I'm up there.
You said it scared him.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So he said something scared him, and
One night, we were watching one of the investigation shows that they did, and I was outside, and she came out and was talking to me, and I walked back in the trailer, and I'm just like, and I pulled my shirt off, and I had 3 scratch marks all the way across my chest and all the way across my arm. There were 3 right across my arm, and 3, and this one here was actually bleeding, and it actually does still make the hair stand up in my arms.
and then that's like the night when he had his episode, and so did the psychic medium. We were just standing talking about it, and I felt a sting in my back, and I looked at him. I says, come in the trailer and look at my back, please.
She had it too.
And I had scratch marks on my back, and they took pictures of it, and the investigator, he's like, there's no way you did that.
Well, we
The
had the
angle of it was,
Right.
I could not turn my,
Yeah.
we had the one girl that came out with that group. We had a public investigation girl came out. She ended up, I don't know how, but she was freaked out. She was freaking out back there. So we brought her back up front. And by the time we got back up there, she's like, my ear hurts, and she was actually bleeding. Her ear was
Holy cow.
right here in the ear.
But we were with her the whole time coming up here. So how could it have happened? We have no idea.
And she had both hands full.
Wow.
We had some weird things happen out here that just, people don't even comprehend that can happen. I've got pictures of things that I still can't explain.
Well, everybody, I'm telling you, it's a freaky place out here, and these guys have experienced stuff, and some of their actors too have seen and heard some stuff. And I'm glad we remembered to cover just something here, because that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, some of the customers have actually come back up and says, "Hey, do you know anything about?" And we're like, at first we're like, "No, we don't know anything. There's nobody there. There's no person like that back there." But now they come up and they describe something to me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that."
Yeah,
it's one of those things that you don't want to talk to them about. It's real, but it's not. It's one of those things where we didn't put it there. It's there by its choice, not by our choice.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, I'm going to wrap up before the props land on us. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to High Strangeness. This was a glance at some of the strange that exists in our reality.